Damian Lillard was named player of the seeding games inside the NBA bubble, averaging 37.6 points per game for his Portland Trail Blazers. The Blazers, located in the Pacific Northwest, went 6-2 in those games inside the Orlando bubble and didn't have to travel anywhere to play any of those games. It's one of the benefits of the NBA restart that teams and executives are having trouble trying to quantify. Is the lack of travel making for better basketball? With advances in recovery and the ability to get treatment immediately, the NBA is paying close attention to how this lack of team movement is impacting players. Are MLB-style homestands meant to cut down on time in the air coming to the NBA? And if travel changes are coming, how would that work? NBA teams travel the most out of any of the four major sports, averaging 43,534 miles per season, this according to ESPN. So let's take a look at what Portland has to deal with in a normal NBA campaign. In 2018-19, the last full 82-game season in the NBA, the Blazers traveled 54,333 miles, by far the most in the NBA. Portland itself is located 3,088 miles away from Boston, its farthest East Coast opponent. Looking at this breakdown from Twitter, the top four travel schedules that year were all teams from the West Coast, while 5 of the 6 shortest travel schedules came from teams in the Eastern Conference's Central Division. But in the bubble, this lack of travel has been a boon, health-wise, for NBA players. We're seeing the benefit, Trailblazers President of Basketball Operations Neil Olshey tells ESPN. The time that you would normally be spending in a visiting arena, getting showered, getting changed, getting on the bus to the plane, and then the altitude affecting swelling, and all that's eliminated. So what would a potential new schedule look like? One GM on a call with Commissioner Adam Silver in August mentioned something similar to a baseball homestand, where teams fly into a city and play a team 2 or more times over a short time frame. In MLB, the biggest variable game to game is the starting pitcher. If the Indians are slated to host the Twins in a 3-game set, that gives fans the opportunity to potentially see Shane Bieber, Kenta Maeda, Carlos Carrasco, Jose Barrios, and more. That's 4 different top-notch starters who will all have an impact on gate receipts. With the lack of variation in NBA starting lineups, would fans be as eager to see their teams face, say, the Sacramento Kings for multiple games in a row? Before the 2017-18 season, the NBA made several changes to its schedule to give players more rest. It eliminated stretches that included 4 games and 5 nights, and it reduced the number of back-to-backs teams had to play to an average of 14.3 per team. Rest became an issue the season prior as teams like the Cleveland Cavaliers and Golden State Warriors sat star players during prime-time television matchups. But in 2020, the bubble has kept players healthy and those stars on the floor. There's been plenty of time for players to recover physically and plenty of time for coaches to do their work and prepare for the next game, Blazers head coach Terry Stotts told reporters in the bubble. But the pace of games, teams playing mostly every other day, wouldn't be possible if teams traveled from city to city. As has become customary in the NBA, the players are yet again dictating change. Whether that comes out in future schedules is anyone's guess, but something is happening inside the bubble, and that's how it would work.